2025 has been a very, very interesting year. 1 month down the line, there are so many happenings. We've started by seeing a lot of attacks on the political space, a lot of smear campaigns, a lot of conspiracy theories. And then, of course, I want to find out if this purported dramatization is healthy for the polity. All right, so today we'll be having this conversation with Chief Okoye Obanobla. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Beatrice. It's nice to be with you once again.
Same here.
I wish you a happy and joyous 2025.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
All right, so the topic today is the politics permutation ahead of the 2023 general elections.
Yes.
I want to know from you as a stakeholder, as a politician, at least you play politics at all levels. What is happening in Cross River State that happens to be our state, the only state we have, is that healthy?
Well, I'm also a political analyst. I will also call myself a sociologist, even though I didn't study sociology. But law is about society, So, politics is about society. Politics is who get what, when, and how.
Okay.
The resources of society are scarce. So the challenge has always been how to manage the resources, these scarce resources, how to distribute them to all the different segments of the population so that everybody will be carried along, everybody will have something. It has been a challenge to political economists, so political scientists, to politicians, for over 500 years or even 1,000 years. It's as old as humanity.
Okay.
So politics is everything. It is not just about partisanship or those who contest election or the different stakeholders in the various political parties. Everybody is a politician, as I used to say, because what is politics? I define politics as who get what, when, and how. Or the authoritative allocation of resources.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting thing because everybody wants to have something to partake in what we call a national cake. So the different segment of the population, the society is diverse, made up of different people. Nigeria is a diverse society. Cross River is a diverse society. So everybody wants to have, a share in what is available. So that is what you see playing out. I don't think there's anything wrong in people sitting down to promote, to envision what will happen in 2 years' time politically. Because it means that the consciousness of people is very high. And it is a good thing for us because if the consciousness is high, people are aware, they are well informed, they know their rights, they know the duties and responsibilities of government. They can hold their leaders for
accountable. Yeah.
So nobody will take anybody for granted. So let them talk. There's nothing wrong with that. God has given us a gift of talking. So, but we can talk in a very constructive manner. We can express ourselves, by permutating what will happen, who is going to get what, when, and how. So it's very interesting. So that means Cross River State is a vibrant society. Okay. People are politically conscious. People are aware. In the positive side, okay? So I don't see anything wrong. If you are a student of politics or a student of current affairs, is a student of international affairs, you will see that even in the US, it is always the same pattern. 2 years before the tenure of any elected leader runs out, people will start speculating who is going to take over, who is going to contest election, who is going to do this or that. And, like in the US, they used to have midterm election. Okay. So people who are in the Senate will have to go back to the polls, and people who are in the House of Reps will go back to the polls. And some governors will be elected. Then from there, you can gauge the political barometer in what will happen in the election years. Who is going to have a ticket to contest in the Republican Party or the Democratic Party. So I don't see anything wrong with that. As I said, we are in a democracy. one of the ingredients of in a democratic setup is for people to express themselves, freedom of speech. But see, this freedom is not absolute. Okay. Yeah, because so most times when we exercise our right to speech, we forget that there is also a corresponding duty to measure what you say, to be temperate in what you say, so that you will not injure or hurt another person. Because the other person too has rights. So if you hurt another person in the course of you exercising your freedom of opinion, freedom to express yourself, or freedom to make speech, then the law comes in to say, no, you have exceeded the boundary, and you will pay for it.
Toxicity.
Yes.
How about the smear campaigns, the blackmail?
Yes, it's those who indulge in smear campaigns don't have any message.
Okay.
When I go on social media, it's not people think that some of them they insult me, they think I'm not idle. Look, I am a very busy person, but I'm energetic. I wake up 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, I write. I've written a lot of books, so I've not published them. I've written up to 8 books.
Wow.
Yes, I have. Finished. And I write to educate people, to enlighten people, to empower people. And some of them used to insult me. Rather than, reading, what I have said, they will start attacking me. For instance, yesterday I posted that, look, why should any local government chairman address himself as mayor? The local government law says every chairman is a chairman. It's not a mayor. Okay. Yes. So if any chairman who describes himself as a mayor, it's undisciplined. Okay, it's lawless, because if you are lawless, you have to follow the letter of the law setting up your local government council. If the legislators intended that our chairmen should address themselves as mayors, they should have rightly say so in the local government law. So if you are doing that as a local government chairman, you are going outside the provisions of the local government law. So people were insulting me. The young people, are very toxic, because they are not logical. Some of them, they are not logical. Some of them have not read, I've not insulted anybody. So if you want to be a public commentator, you have to read very widely.
And give your own opinion.
Yeah, just state your opinion. You don't need to insult anybody. I have my opinion. I have the right to express myself the way I want it. So when I express myself, don't insult me. Okay? You can say, oh, your message is wrong for so and so reason. If you advance reasons that are superior to what I have said, I will concede. Because that's the whole essence of debate. Debate should not be toxic. Debate should be constructive.
All right.
The debate should be friendly. But some of them don't know how to argue. They don't know how to debate. So when they don't have, what to say, they resort to, insulting or calling names. Right. You can make your point lucidly without insulting anybody. All right. Yes.
That's interesting. Okay. I want us to take a few things systematically. We're going to be looking at a few happenings in this last 1 month of January in 2025. But I want to start by asking your take on this controversy on the NDDC 100 million naira palliative intervention. What's your take on that?
Well, every leader is a servant. Okay. Every elected leader, is accountable to those who elected him. So when somebody makes an allegation against you as a leader concerning expenditure of public funds, if you are clean, if you don't have anything to hide, you just go out and explain. Oh, 100 million naira was given to me. This is how the money was expended. These are the people who benefited. You can give their their names, addresses, bank accounts, and so forth and so on. It's not something that should overheat the polity.
So the 100 million, was it supposed to be appropriated by the senator or by the cross-river representative?
Let me say this thing. That is one of the immaturity you see in Nigerian democracy.
Yes.
Our democracy is immature. Our democracy is rudimentary. So if something is rudimentary, it's embryonic.
Okay.
Yes, if you need embryonic, if the egg is embryonic, you know that it's not mature.
Yeah.
That is why you see all this tension. You see also over people dabbling into what is not their constitutional responsibility. Legislators are not supposed to appropriate money.
Okay.
Legislators are not supposed to give the people the impression that they can execute projects. Legislators, constitutionally, their basic function is to make laws for the good, peace, and stability of Nigeria, both at the national level and at the state level. Legislators are not supposed to give the impression that they are competing with the executive branch of government, because legislators should not appropriate money. They appropriate money for the executive to spend. So legislators should not involve themselves in project execution or even getting money from the executive branch of government to begin to give to people. NDDC is a board, a commission established by law. So, and we have somebody who's representing the state. So if Senator Super Ekpenyong is the chairman of NDDC committee in the House of Senate, what he's supposed to do was to exercise oversight functions. Invoke Section 88 of the Constitution to investigate where there is deficiency, whether there is appropriate allocation of resources, whether the money is appropriated, judiciously spent, whether there is corruption. So he is not supposed to involve himself.
Okay, so the 100 million naira was meant for what?
Well,
Can we go back to the nitty-gritty of the whole issue?
The money was meant for youths.
Okay. So did the senator specifically apply for that money, or it was just that?
I wouldn't know. I have read the account of Otuekong, Right Honorable Orok Duke.
Okay.
He accused the senator of exceeding his boundary in the sense that he's a legislator and he's not trying to dabble into the workings, the responsibilities, or the duties of the person who's representing Cross River State in NDDC board.
So that money was designated for Cross River?
Yes.
Is that as if somebody applied for it?
No, they say it's for youths of Cross River State, for
Okay.
whatever. I think it's just a handout. Well, from NDDC.
From NDDC?
Yes.
Okay.
NDDC, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that was supposed to be handed over to the rep?
I think so. It is not a responsibility of Asukwe Ekpenyong as a legislator to involve himself in the day-to-day running of NDDC, to disburse money, to execute projects. Because he is a legislator, he is supposed to carry out oversight functions to see whether or not I have explained to you whether monies appropriated by the legislator is properly spent or judiciously spent. It's not wasted. It's channeled to do what will elevate the people of the Niger Delta. So I don't think he's tussling with the person who is representing us is healthy. It shouldn't be.
Okay. What do you think this kind of bad publicity is doing to Cross River? Because there are a lot of back and forth exchange and it's going viral.
Well, it is because people want to play to the gallery.
Okay.
Some of our elected leaders, they want to play to the gallery. Let me give you an example. Three legislators, national legislators from Cross River State, they have initiated bills, 3 bills, for the establishment of a federal medical center in Boki, in Ugep, in Abi.
Okay.
All these communities are in the Central Senatorial District.
Okay.
The Federal Medical Center is a federal government establishment. So if our legislators are working together, if they are not playing to the gallery...
It should be in the north,
exactly.
central and south.
Exactly. If they are not trying to impress...
All 3
people,
medical centers in the central.
Which cannot be, because it is not enough to initiate a bill. That bill has to pass into law. Even if it is passed into law, the president has to assent. The president may refuse his assent. And if the president refuses assent, that bill will not become law.
Okay, so how are the people lending their voices to this kind of representation?
Because people are not aware, and the people who are our elected leaders don't even want to educate us.
But you are aware. What have you done?
Well, I have expressed myself.
Okay.
And the day I did, somebody from Pani, where Senator Ethan comes from, was insulting me, the brother. He said I was always distracting people, that I'm supposed to be a professor or a very good lawyer, but I'm not using my brilliance, your intelligence in a positive way. Just because I say, look, you three people from the central or three legislators cannot be asking for three different medical centers from the federal government. The federal government will not do that because we have a University of Calabar Teaching Hospital, which is in Cross River State. The federal government cannot set up a federal medical center in Ugep, in Boki, in Abi. So if our legislators are helping us, they shouldn't be doing that. But you see, they are just trying to play to the gallery. I'm working.
Okay, so I want to find out. I thought these National Assembly members are working with the governor. So does the governor not have a say in this?
Well, if we have our contingent, the senators, the House of Reps, they should be working with the governor. Because we are all from the same political party. So they should also key into the vision of the governor. For instance, they are not. Look at our road. Look at the road from maybe Biase. Biase to Calabar is in a very deplorable condition. And it's a federal highway. If our legislators are working together, the senator from the north, the central, and the south should work together to ensure that in the budget or in the appropriation law, that road is, there's a budget for it so that road can be constructed. That road is an international highway. That road goes to Cameroon. That road goes to north central, northeast, southeast. But they are not bothered. So because that may not, easily impress their supporters. Doing that road may not easily. They want to do some things that are frivolous or things that are not very important to have the support of their supporters on social media to clap for them. So I thought they will work with the governor. They will help the governor to ensure that road is done. That road is not done. So from Calabar to Ugep, where I come from, it used to be 1 hour, but now it's almost 4 hours.
All right, so let's still on Senator Asuku Ekpenyong and then, of course, Honorable Rock Duke.
Yes.
Okay, is this tussle just about the NDDC? Some people have come up with narratives that Honorable Rock Duke is projecting to run for Senate in 2027. Could that be the tussle?
Well, I have not seen anybody should see an elective position as his bed right. Yes, if you do well, we will, ask the people to support you.
So if you have an aspiration, is that a justification to start playing politics with the welfare of the people?
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. If you do well, your records will, help you in getting the tickets.
You're not answering my question. For instance, assuming the narrative is correct, that's Honorable Arokjuk is projecting to run for Senate. Is it okay to start, a sort of infighting with the senator because you are strategically, planning to take over?
Well, I don't know, but if Arokjuk wants to run for Senate, it's not a sin.
Okay.
It is his constitutional right.
Okay.
I will say that no position is given to anybody. There shouldn't be any sense
but
of...
should aspiration cause infighting?
Let me come. There shouldn't be any sense of entitlement.
Okay.
Okay, if you want a second term, work for it. If you work for it, you will get it.
But in your own opinion, is Senator Asuku Ekpenyong not doing well?
Well, I don't know if he's doing well. He has not told me.
But what are you seeing? Are you not seeing?
I have not seen what he has done. Where I have been here, I have heard that he is very good on the floor of the Senate. I've not watched him, okay? But I am saying if all of them are doing well, we should have a road to Ogoja from Calabar.
Okay.
We should have a road to Dupani.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's your justification.
Yes. So we don't have a road to Dupani. We don't have a road to Ogoja from Calabar, or from Ugep to Calabar. It will take you 2 hours or 4 hours. If you want to buy Garis, Ugep is a Gari producing center. There's a lot of food in Yaka local government area, in Ago area, in Ekori. So people should be able to evacuate their farm produce to Calabar to sell, to make money.
All right.
If there is no road, then our national legislators are not doing well. Okay. Yes, let us be frank about it. I don't care whoever else is God, but I'll always say the truth.
All right, so still on Your Story podcast, we are here with Chief Okoye Bonobla, and the topic remains the politics of permutations ahead of the 2027 general elections. We are looking at the cross-person experience and everything that is playing out. Now, let's move away from the senator and the House of Honorable Rogjuk, right? And now let's go through the senator and the governor.
Yes.
And then we've heard a lot of leaders said that the governor must not be distracted. And a lot of people are throwing support and all of that. Now, of course, and then there's another angle that I don't really understand. You are a political analyst. Maybe you explain better to me. I've spoken to a few people who told me categorically that they've interfaced with the senator, and he said that he has no aspiration in 2027 for governorship. So what is this battle all about?
A lot of Nigerian politicians, they think that politics is not about integrity. They speak from both sides of their mouths. Okay. I don't know if you have read history. In history, the Greek, they had a god they called Janus. Janus had two faces. So most of our politicians will say one thing and do the other. Okay. But the body language, if you are competing with the governor, rather than complimenting the governor, using your position at the national level to help the governor drive development in the state, for the governor to succeed. Then even if you deny that I'm not interested in governorship, you will become a suspect. Maybe because, let me be very blunt, I don't hate Senator Suko. He's a very brilliant young man. I admire him. But he's lucky. We brought APC into this state. Okay. I was cursed. I was abused. I was persecuted. I was, prosecuted for being the lone voice that we shouldn't have only one party in the state. Mm-hmm. And we brought this party. And today they are lucky. Mm-hmm. They were giving tickets freely. Mm-hmm. Yes, including him. He was a beneficiary. So they should be careful. They should not overstretch their luck, by beginning to be what Shakespeare in Macbeth calls vaulting ambition. Look, let me tell you, people are not happy that the senator is from Udupani and the governor is from Udupani. Particularly people from Calabar municipality, from BSA and Akankpa. But because of we were in a transition, and the former governor, wanted that. So people were not ready to fight him, and they allowed that to happen. So in 2027, the senator shouldn't come from Udupani. Okay. Because we have Calabar municipality. People are from here.
Categorically saying that Senator Atukwekwe will not return.
Why not? I don't think he should contest. I don't think he should contest. Let him give the opportunity to people from BSA or Akankpa, or even Calabar municipality. Not from Udupani. The governor is from Udupani. The senator shouldn't come from Udupani. Okay. I was telling you, our democracy is immature. Okay. Our democracy is nascent. Okay. That is why we zone offices. If our democracy is mature, and we have leaders who are just, who are upright, I don't care where somebody comes from. Okay. Okay? We saw in the United States of America. Let's go to Florida. Senator George Bush is from Florida. The father was president from Florida. The brother was governor from Florida. And he also became president from the same family. And nobody, was angry. Nobody said anything because that is the culture. We are yet to evolve a political culture in Nigeria because our democracy is young. It's just 25 years. A 25 years old man will be immature. A 25 years old man will be inexperienced. A 25 years old man will make a lot of mistakes. So I believe, maybe not in my lifetime, when our Nigerian politics or democracy matures, nobody will care where anybody comes from. So in that regard, I don't think it is proper for the senator who is representing the South to come from Odupani when the governor is from Odupani. So I will advise him, if I'm consulted, or I am giving unsolicited advice, let him just pipe down, let him not contest. Let him not challenge the governor.
Okay.
No, look, the governors are powerful. Not just by word of mouth. If you look at the Constitution, I'm a student of constitutional law.
Okay.
I'm also a student of constitutional history.
Okay.
Yes, I am. So I know a lot. I have read a lot. I have experienced a lot. When we were the whole Cross River State, I was a young boy in Meronon College, Iyala, Kuku. And Wayas was the Senate president. Dr. Clement Isong was the governor. And there was this tussle in the party, MPN, National Party of Nigeria.
Yeah.
And there was a fight, there was a division. It was broken into two camps, Lagos camp and Calabar front. Because then the capital was Lagos. Okay. And Wayas was Senate president. So Wayas and the governor, Clement Isong, they fell out. And, Wayas was able to use the federal might, to rescue the party from, or the party structures from Clement Isong. So Clement Isong wanted a second term. He was defeated. The ticket was given to Don Etiebet, who eventually was elected the governor.
Okay.
So that shows what? The governors are powerful. And it was the first time a governor was brought down. Okay? Because there was a tussle in the party, and the party was taken away from him. Okay. In this, the present constitutional order we are, from 1999 to now, I call it the second constitutional order in Nigeria. No governor has been taken out from power except Ambode. And the circumstances of Lagos State is different. They had somebody who was there, a political colossus, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We don't have in Cross River State. So anybody who wants to fight the governor is shooting himself on the leg. Because the party, I was one of the people who wrote the party constitution. The governors are the political leaders of the state. Okay. Eventually, the structures will be given to the governor by the president, who is also looking for a second term. So if you are a senator, and you want to confront the governor, your case will liken to somebody who wants to, put his head or put his body when a train is coming.
All right, so you have said that
yes.
Senator Asoko Ekpenyong should not overstretch his luck.
Yes.
And you also said that...
yes, because...
in your advice to him, you said that, in your opinion, he should not contest.
He should not contest because I said that the Senate of the South, the Senatorial District of Cross River State, should rightly go to somebody from BSA, somebody from Akankpa, or somebody from Calabar Municipality.
Okay, so how is he outstretching his luck?
He is outstretching his luck because the way he got the ticket, it was because the governor Ayade patronized him. Okay. Ordinarily, I have not seen what thing he has done, for him to merit that Senate ticket, whether in APC or whether in the state. But Ayade was kind enough to use his, apparatus of government to give that ticket to him. He's not the only person who was beneficiary. Even there was senator from the central. So they shouldn't extend their luck too much. They were giving tickets above other senior members of the party. Yes, I am a senior member of the party. Yes, I was a national officer in one of the parties that merged to form APC. I was also the secretary of the Joint Inter-Party Merger Committee. I have paid my dues as far as APC is concerned. But I was denied the ticket. And it was given to somebody, who was in Calabar when we were fighting to set up APC. So that is what I'm saying. The same is applicable to Senator Square Kwenyon. So if somebody like Iladeta wants to contest in 2027, I believe if the party is just, they should support Hillard. Because Hillard has paid his dues. He has worked hard for APC. People should be compensated in accordance with seniority.
All right, so this is On Your Story podcast. Here we do not attack persons. Here we focus on issues, and we have been looking at the political permutations in Cross River State, the conspiracy theories, the smear campaigns, the blackmails ahead of the 2027 general elections, and I have the privilege of hosting Chief Okoye Obonobla. And then we are going to go forward to talk about other thought-provoking issues. Now, we've talked about the governor and Senator Asoko Ekpenyong, right? And then you've given your own narrative. But from the standpoint of the governor, do you think that the governor has taken any step that is not just so far?
Concerning what?
Okay, maybe regarding what is actually bringing this controversy? Is it because of is it in Book a cultural festival? But Senator Asoko Ekpenyong has come out to say he's only a guest of honor. He's only a patron. Okay, so what do you think is heating up the polity regarding this festival?
Everybody is preparing for 2027, whether we like it or not.
So everything now is politicized?
Why not? That is the essence of politics. Politics is a struggle.
So we are starting in 2025?
Why not?
So come out with narratives about 2027?
I have given you the American experience.
Okay.
Yes. At 2 years midterm, which is midterm is 2 years from 4 years tenure. Okay. People start politicking. People start building structure.
And we adopted the United States method.
Our constitution is modeled after the United States Constitution. It is it is a crown.
So you are categorically saying that you do not see anything wrong with what is going on right now?
I have told you that I don't see anything wrong because...
But even the blackmail, is a blackmail not wrong?
Well, I have said I don't believe in the smear campaigns.
Okay.
Or throwing dirt at people because you want to score a political point.
Okay.
Let us debate in a very civilized manner.
All right.
On issues.
Okay, so go back to the governor.
Yes.
How do you think that the governor has handled this well?
What has he handled well?
I'm talking about the issue regarding the cultural festival.
Well, you see, cultural festival that requires people to march on the streets. People to embark on public demonstrations. They will march to the streets. When they march to the streets, they will disrupt traffic. Mm-hmm. They will infringe on the rights of others, people who are not members of that cultural group. Mm-hmm. In a civilized society, if you want to march on the streets, you alert the police, you alert government or people who have the instruments of law and order, because you likely infringe on the rights of others. You will disturb people, vehicles from moving, going about their lawful business or people. So also you have to alert the government so the government will prepare. They will give you protection so that people do not attack you, so that there's no stampede. You must have read what happened in Ibadan or your state.
Of course.
Sure. So
the charity event, I did not.
Exactly. So when you want to do that, there's nothing wrong with you going to the police commissioner to say, look, I want to do cultural, or I want to go on the public procession.
So this festival has been on for 19 years.
Yes.
This is meant to be the 19th edition.
Yes.
Are you not saying that they've been working in error for 18 years?
Working in error, how?
They have not involved the police in all their editions.
Why do you think that they have never involved the police?
So why did they decide not to involve the police this year?
The governor is the chief security officer of the state.
Okay.
So if you want to do something like that, alert him so that he can ask the police, please give security to these people.
Okay.
So that people do not hijack, that peaceful procession.
Okay.
To take laws into their hands and begin to attack people. Because we have seen all that. A peaceful march ends as in Lagos, it's degenerated to people attacking, others, destruction of people's property. So I don't think there's anything wrong.
So is the tension around this festival issue not overrated?
Well, because they are trying to politicize it and read political meanings into it for obvious reasons. So score cheap political points, maybe against the governor.
Okay.
The governor.
So what are the obvious reasons?
Well, permutations of
Okay.
2027. People want to score political points. So,
Okay.
So that then, I have the support of the people. I have a crowd. The crowd is behind me. So I am more popular. I want to be governor. Or if you don't want me to be senator, I can fight you. Okay? If you don't want me to go back to the Senate, because it is very dicey for me to go back to the Senate. So let me, try to give the impression that you are not good. So that I will be blackmailed emotionally, maybe to say, okay, go back to the Senate.
You started this conversation by saying that Senator Sokwe should not be in competition with the governor.
Yes.
In what way is he competing with the governor?
Oh, if you are doing projects, you say you are a senator, I'm doing even solar. Our people are very funny. Solar labs. Some people consider solar labs as projects that people should be celebrated. Why should I celebrate people when Cross River State suffers
But
from...
if a senator provides solar light, not supporting the process.
Well, you can, as I said, work with the governor.
Okay.
Don't try to create the impression that you are at that level of government, or you want to create a parallel government.
Okay.
Yeah, nobody would like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, everybody, when it's being power, should guide their power jealously. You know what power is? It can slip through your hands. So that is it. If I'm governor, I will react the same. When I perceive that you are trying to undermine me, if you are trying to show that I'm incompetent or I'm not doing well, that you are the competent person. So that is it.
So is that the narrative
Well,
from your own standpoint?
That is what a political analyst...
Okay, so that's what you are seeing as a political analyst.
Yes. Yes, that is it. So if you want to politicize a cultural festival, I am
Etangala.
So during Etangala, I should not begin to politicize it or show that Etangala is for APC, where I belong to, because I can tell you that there are also other political parties. Labour Party, it's a PDP. So I shouldn't do that. So people should not hijack cultural groups and want to use them to play politics. I saw the statement from the Ekpe people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they said no. Everything they did was, like they were trying to politicize that, cultural thing.
Okay, so halting it and suspending it indefinitely, do you think that is the right action?
Well, I am not the state security advisor. Yes. Let us...
As a political analyst, what is your take?
Let us give the benefit of doubt to government, that maybe they saw or they perceive, or they were acting on superior intelligence. Government has intelligence.
Of course.
And they go to the streets to gather
Intelligence gathering,
advise the governor. Yeah. And the governor, after being advised, he has to move. Or he has to preempt whatever people are planning to do. He has to do that. So there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. If the OT is not politicized, I don't think people should read meetings into it. They should dialogue with the governor, or dialogue with the governor.
Okay.
And maybe find out the information government had that made government to say that the festival should not go on.
Okay, so the current governor is a shrewd politician, an astute politician. He's an astute politician.
Yes.
It's somebody that no one can take for granted. So what do you think will make anyone want to take him for granted?
Well, when people struggle for power, they take this for granted.
Okay.
They maybe take the governor for granted because they think the governor is soft. maybe, or maybe the governor is not on the top of his game. So there are a lot of factors that make people, or they just want to take it for granted, So, and I don't think it is good to take the governor for granted.
Okay.
We are the same party.
All right.
There should be peace. The governor should be supported. The governor should not be distracted. Let us work with the governor, all of us, until 2027. Anybody who wants to contest, fine.
Okay.
Anybody who wants to challenge the governor, fine.
All right, so let's descend into your core nation, where you come from.
Yes.
We've seen a whole lot of drama that has been unveiled. A lot of attacks on the senator representing the central. A lot of stories about Odenewa Commissioner for Special Duties. We've seen a whole lot of things that have been said about the member representing one of your members in the House of Assembly, Siri Lumini. What is happening in your core?
It's politics. Yes, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
If people are tilting towards Odenewa, it's a very dynamic young man. Yes, and very responsible, very respectful, very organized. So if people are tilting to him, nobody should be jealous. These people have had their time. So one of them, the senator from Central, for instance, he has been in government for 16 years, for goodness sake. He's not the only person. He's not the only account person.
Okay.
He's not the only account person.
But is he not doing well?
Well, he was not representing me. He was representing Yakao too. But my understanding from what I hear from the ground, from the grassroots, that he did do well. He's from Nkpani. There is no road to Nkpani. He was speaker for 4 years. He was in the House for 4 years. There is no road to Nkpani. The only road to Nkpani was the one that was done by Chief Clement Ibri when he was governor in 1992 to 1993.
But I've seen him do a lot of empowerment as
Which
senator.
empowerment? We don't want empowerment. We don't
But
want.
is the empowerment not helping the people?
We want tangible projects. It's not just handouts. Look, we are not refugees. Our people are not refugees. Yakao people are farmers.
Okay.
They are very hardworking people. It is not by buying machines, buying rice, and then giving to people, and then you say you are doing well. Has he ever addressed Yakao people? I'm in APC. I'm a senior leader of APC. He has ever addressed Yakao people. He has ever invited us to sit down in a town hall and explain to us what he's doing in the Senate. He has never.
But will it be right for people, out of their own aspiration, out of their own personal ideas, or maybe their own feelings for an individual, drag the person down? Would that be correct?
Well, that is normal in politics. But people use a lot of strategies.
Okay.
Those who don't have any argument, they can use smear campaigns. But I don't think anybody should feel uncomfortable when you perceive that somebody wants to challenge you, to an election, or somebody indicates interest in the seat you are occupying. Because, as I said, there shouldn't be any sense of entitlement. People should not behave like Paul Biya.
Okay.
When you are in a position and you think that it's entitlement, you are the only person who is good to occupy that position. Well, if you do well, nobody will challenge you. Even if there's a challenge, the people will support you because you have done well. But nobody should think that this Central Senatorial seat, nobody should contest. People from Etum can contest, can aspire. Ikom, Boki, Ububra, Yakao, anybody from the 6 local government areas of the Central Senatorial District is competent, is eligible to say that, look, I want to be the senator. And so if you are the senator, you shouldn't feel bad, or you shouldn't feel that everybody must support you, everybody must support you as if it is your father's seat. It is not your father's seat. That seat belongs to the people of the Central Senatorial District. Anybody can want to take it.
All right, so haven't looked at all this that is happening. Let's look at the internal party democracy in APC. Do you think that there is something we need to correct ahead of?
I have disagreed with the internal running of the party in Cross River State. Last local government election, I disagree. I disagree completely because the way the whole thing was done, the party constitution was not followed. Some of us did not go to PDP. I opposed PDP from 1999 until PDP left office because I didn't like the way they were doing their things. And that is why in APC, when we came out, we said, okay, we want change. Change of the way people are selected to be given tickets to run for offices. If we don't select good people, if we don't select people who have integrity, if we don't select leaders who really genuinely want to be in government because they want to help their people, not those who want to go to government to buy big SUVs, big houses in Abuja, in their Calabar, in wherever they come from, then we are missing it. So there must be, a very clean process.
So you said you disagree with the internal workings. Yes. What is actually wrong about it?
Lack of democracy.
Okay.
What are the local government chairmen? People were just selected. Why should we select people to run for offices?
So will it be correct to say that there is no internal democracy?
Right now, there is none. Yes, El Rufai said it. He said that APC is a change from the vision and philosophy of his founding fathers. I said I was one of those who wrote the APC constitution. I was one of those who negotiated the formation of APC. And we said we are going to do things differently from PDP. But are we doing that?
Okay, so how do we regroup ahead of 2027?
We have to have new officials.
Okay.
Competent people, not people who just want to be party officials because they want to make money during elections and collect money from party members, blindly, in a very, reckless manner, no conscience, collect money from people, and then at the end of the day, you will rig the process. You will not do the right thing. You will impose people. We don't want those kind of people to run our political party.
So how will you now rate the current state executive committee?
No, I won't rate it highly. I won't score them anything.
Okay.
Yes, I have not seen anything to inspire confidence that if they are the people to conduct primaries for state elections in 2027.
So they haven't done anything for you to score them so
I
far?
have not seen anything. If the local government elections is anything to go by, everything was modeled up.
Beyond the local government election, every other thing they have done.
Well, what have they done? I don't even think that we hold meetings at the local government level, at the ward level.
They put up a formidable front that produced the current governor.
No. See, the dynamism is different.
Okay.
Of 2023.
Okay.
See, everybody wanted Governor 2. Governor 2 was very popular.
Okay.
Yes. So everybody wanted
why did you say was?
Well, because he was a candidate.
Okay. Okay.
So they did well. At least it is not their effort alone. All of us contributed one way or the other.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are not going to rate them even for that?
I know. That is another phase.
Okay.
So in this dispensation,
I
think they should give way.
All right.
They have been in office for 3 years. I think it's enough.
But are they not going to wait till the expiration of their tenure?
They will wait, but if they don't do well, we can say they should go.
No, but you're not the governor.
Well, it's left for the governor. But if I have my way, they should go. But I'm not the governor, so I'll keep quiet. But I will not rate them highly.
Okay.
I will not rate them highly because I have not seen anything they have done to begin to prepare the party for the next election. It's
been quite intriguing, very interesting interacting with Chief Okoye Obandabla, talking about the politics of permutation ahead of the 2027 general elections, everything playing out in Cross River State. We'll be giving updates, we'll be talking about it, dissecting these issues on this podcast series because the people need to be informed and people need to ventilate, and that's why we are having this interaction. All right, so before we go, I would like you to give your own opinion about Governor Basile to choose administration in a year and few months. What's your thoughts?
Well, I would not score him now because it is premature to score the governor. The governor was given a tenure of 4 years.
All right.
So in 2027, I will score him. For now, the governor should be allowed to you know, consolidate
Okay.
on whatever he has started,
Okay.
on his promises, you know, and we begin to, you know, collate, evaluate, or assess what he has done based on what he told us he was going to do.
They say it's like is how a masquerade comes out that you determine if the masquerade will dance well or not. Okay, I know you don't want to score him, but would you say that he's on track?
Well, it's a dicey question. So in some measures, he is.
Okay.
For instance, he said he was going to do a investment entrepreneurship in Akankpa.
Okay.
He has done that. He said he was going to hand over the ITM in Ugep to the Federal Polytechnic Ugep. He has done that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've seen some flashes,
Okay.
you know, of doing what he said he was going to do. The agricultural credit scheme, you know, the setting up the Green Economy Commission, that is going to you know, give us a lot of money, and that is where everybody is going, the green economy. So from what I have seen, he's on track. But as I said, it is too early to score him. Let's wait for 2027. I don't want to talk about his politics, you know, because that's a different ball game.
Okay.
Okay? His politics.
So why don't you talk about his politics?
Well, I'm still trying to.
Understand it.
Yes. It's very crowdy,
Okay.
very foggy. So I'm still.
So why would the politics of a dynamic politician be foggy?
Well, dynamic politician is different from a leader.
Okay.
Most leaders don't want to play politics because politics makes you to be parochial. It makes you to be one-sided. It makes you to be indecisive.
Okay.
A leader must be decisive.
Okay.
A leader must be one who has the ability to galvanize a team. If, you know, galvanize the people. You know, so a politician wants to play to the gallery. A politician wants to be politically correct, and he may not take some decisions that will hurt people. That is not a good leader. I don't want that kind of leader. I want a leader who is decisive. I want a leader who will not play politics with everything.
All right.
That's the kind of leader I want.
Okay.
And I think that's the kind of leader that can take us to the promised land.
All right, that's interesting. All right, so we have 2 years to go. So there'll be more analysis, there'll be more interaction regarding the politics of Cross River State and what is going on the landscape of Cross River. But before we go, what would be your message to the politically dynamic people of Cross River State who are beginning to play very active politics?
Well, I say let them continue to politic hard. There is nothing wrong with that, but in a very civilized manner.
Okay.
In a very creative manner,
Okay.
in a very imaginative manner.
Okay.
It is not about mudslinging, smear campaigns. Let's put all our cards on the table and let us be candid about it. Not psychophancy. Anybody who has done well, fine. But any politician, any political leader elected who has not done well, then we should begin to gather evidence that we will use to confront him if he wants to come back in 2027.
Okay.
And some of them don't want that, but we will confront them, whether they like it or not, because people
So
are aware.
must politics be so confrontational?
No, it is not confrontation. See, some of our politicians think that when you ask them to account, for the...
Okay, so they are holding them accountable.
Exactly. They think you are confrontational.
Okay.
It is not confrontation. If somebody says, tell us genuinely what you have done, what you have achieved, it is not confrontational.
Okay.
That politics, the character and nature of politics is confrontation.
Okay.
You want to take power. Power it has not been easy for anybody to take power. Power is not given. You have to struggle for it.
Okay.
So people just do not see it as confrontation, asking you to be accountable.
All right, so I want you to also speak to political leaders. I want you to put the political class in general. What is your last word as well to them?
Let them be honest.
Okay.
Let them not cutting corners, lying to the people, taking money that doesn't belong to them. Also being very sectional. Oh, this is my man. This is my person. These are my people. So everything that comes to me, should go to only my people. Those who are psychopathic, those who are clapping for you, they shouldn't do that. And then we begin to look for competent people that we will support, not imposing incompetent people because they are thugs. You can ask them to go to the community and start beating up people. You know, we should look for community people who genuinely want to serve the people. Because politics is all about service.
All right.
It's community service. It is not about self. Yes.
All right, so your last word now to those watching crossover politics evolve.
Yes.
Anyone who is not a crossoverian, who is hearing about the politics of crossover state, what can you say to them?
Well, I will tell them that, look, crossover state people are very enlightened people.
Okay.
Though sometimes they can be very petty, you know, but they are very enlightened, they are very educated. So nobody should take crossover state people for granted.
All
yes. Right. Nobody, no politician, no
so
political leader.
How is polished and civilized politics played? You'll be making reference to being polished and being civilized.
Debate.
Okay.
In a very healthy manner.
Okay.
Yes. It's not abusing people. It's not insulting people. It is not going to social media to begin to stalk people, you know, and because they are not in support of you, or they have said something that is not palatable to the leader you are following.
Okay.
Debate.
All right.
If I say you have not done well, then bring evidence
To show
that you have done well.
Okay.
If you do that, I will change and support you.
All right.
But if you have not done well, and you think you can manipulate the people, you can use smear campaigns, or you can use other manipulative, tendencies to shoot down people. Then you are not going to be my friend.
All right, that's interesting. So thank you very much for coming. It's been a privilege. Yeah. So it's been On Your Story podcast. This is one podcast that is going to be dissecting all happenings in politics in the private sector in crossover state. My name, remember, it is Akpala. Please make sure you put your best foot forward. If you're out there representing the people, be grassroots sensitive and grassroots empowering. Your electorate matter. The people matter. This is people's government. And of course, I can't wait for 2027. Everything is looking very interesting and very, 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 very intriguing. So we are beginning to see the signs. And we are going to dive deep into it to do the practical analysis as we keep moving forward. All right, so I wish you all the best. Please continue to support the administration of Senator Prince Bassey Deto for us to build a cross-version of our collective dream. Bye-bye.